¿Qué onda, mi gente? Si están escuchando o mirando, ya están con Mario del Sur y esto es Yo No Sé Está Perfecto. I'm just kidding, y'all. We are doing this show in English. I was going to try to do it in Spanish, but that is not very possible because I am not that fluent yet. Or I used to be, but then I lost my Spanish as I grew older. I am Mario from the South Side. This is I Don't Know That's Perfect. And today I'm sitting with the talented, amazing chingonas, the Tiarras.
Hey.
How are y'all doing today?
Good.
Good.
Well.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a long day. I'm just glad to finally be sitting down and having a conversation with somebody because I've been stuck all day.
Yes.
How's everything been going for y'all today?
Pretty good. I mean,
Super busy.
Yeah.
super busy.
We got a lot going on with our, rebranding that we did and stuff.
Yeah,
So
So for those who may not be so familiar with who you guys are, give a little brief introduction individually and who you are as a group.
Sure. So we are a three-piece Latina sister trio. Guitar, bass, drums. We've been together since birth, but we've been playing for about 10 years. We are pretty local. We play kind of an eclectic. I think people put us into like multiple genres, but we consider ourselves to just play eclectic music, like alternative, Latin, with some reggae and ska influences, and some pop here and there. But yeah, we like to just make music for an empowered generation and combine our cultura and just our essence as fourth generation Mexican Americans and women, and we put it into our music.
Yeah,
and that's
I
who we
like
are.
it. Yeah, it's a very empowering music, and it's very. You guys are the embodiment of what it means to be empowered, and because as y'all songs are chingonas, you know what it means to be a chingona, and y'all represent that very well. Because I think the first time that I saw you guys was last year at Still Distillery. Yeah, you guys had a show there, and I took my daughter with me because she, I like to take her to the show to check it out, and she was very excited to see you. And once y'all were performing, she was all hooked.
I love when kids come to our shows.
Yeah.
I think ever since the pandemic has kind of come to a little standstill and things have opened up more, a lot of kids have come out, a lot of families have come out, and just seeing them dance and all that.
Especially like young girls, when they see us on stage, it makes me happy because it gives us an opportunity to be role models in that moment and show them that they can do what we're doing.
And they're the best critics too.
yeah, they
for
are.
sure. Yeah, they'll tell you straight up if it's trash or not. I like it, right? No. But yes, my daughter was very in love with you guys, and every now and then, like, she'll ask and we'll play the music, and we watch the videos as well. So
I love it.
I've always tried to, like, me being a music person, I've always tried to, like, get into her heart. She's like, draw, play music or whatever, So she's very, like it's motivational for her to see women being on stage and, like, seeing a crowd and all types of music playing, So it's very awesome to see y'all still doing it, and as long as y'all have been doing it since since childhood and to where y'all are at now and all the success that is coming with y'all. How was it for you guys going from, I guess I would imagine it was very transitional from childhood, teenage years, and where you guys are at now? How was that?
Well, we went through a lot of obstacles starting young. We weren't taken seriously at all, especially like we're just an all-female little girl band when we started, so everyone just thought we were singers, asking us where the band was. Our sound checks were not too serious because they just didn't see us as someone they should put their time towards. So it was super hard to stand our ground as little girls. And
yeah, I mean, it also was difficult because we were growing up, and there's a lot of stuff that comes with that, especially like Sophia said, trying to navigate an industry that's very male dominated. We were kids. It was pretty hard, but we had our family as a team, and we had different icons to look up to, like Selena. She was kind of like the blueprint for us when we were young, and our dad really researched a lot about the music business, and we got a lot of exposure gigs. We were put into kind of the Tejano pool, local Tejano pool, because we were Mexican, and those were the shows that we were given at that time. But it showed us a lot of how it would be for us, I guess, as women in the industry, of not being taken seriously in the beginning, and having to advocate for yourself in multiple different ways, and having to make your sisterhood very strong at the beginning of a show, at the beginning of a day, and But it was pretty hard, but very transitional, and
Yeah.
it's made us who we are today.
Mm-hmm.
And we love to tell people about our story and encourage them to make music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
And you yourself, you went to school for audio engineering, right?
yes, I did. I went to college.
I understand too that I did that myself too years ago, but I know, I've seen it firsthand that it's a very male dominated, and I've been told stories of where like they'll be trying to act like they're giving women opportunities, but it's more so for like a whole other thing that they're trying to pull with women, and it's like
No,
a lot of times it's very unfair.
I've been the only woman in my class multiple semesters, and I've had comments made to me from men in my classes, and it just, I think being in a band with my sisters in an industry that's pretty dominated by males has kind of nurtured me in a way to be able to have armor and know what to say, and having parents that are like always supporting us from the beginning and supporting me as I go into audio, and Tiffany into nursing, and Sophia into business marketing, and we just have a great team.
Yeah,
and
we're there for each other.
Yeah.
That's awesome. At what point did you guys? I would imagine because y'all's dad is a DJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Used to be.
Yeah.
Used to be a DJ. At what point did you guys realize that you guys were like, all right, we should get into a band? Like, I would imagine y'all were each individually playing instruments on your own.
Yeah.
When did y'all figure out that y'all were better off as a band to just tackle it all together?
Well, I started playing the piano, and then Sophia started playing percussion instruments, and then Tori was the last one. She picked up a guitar, and then like when we would like go to like family events and stuff like that, they would tell us, "Oh, you guys have a band," and it was always like a joke until like
Then they would ask us to play.
yeah, and then we finally went into like a little music academy, and we were playing songs with like a bigger group, and then sometimes we would stay a little bit after and learn a song together, and we played one song at a recital together, and after that I think it was just like, okay, now we know how to play with each other, and let's take it
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah, it was kind of like we did start individually, but because of the convenience of having each other at home and just being so close as sisters, we always we're best friends, and we still are. It was kind of just like, let's learn covers together, and then it just became like a creative thing, an outlet, and so we just started writing songs together. And going back to how our father was a DJ, we have really early memories of following him to his events, his weddings, the quinces and stuff, and sitting by the speakers and rummaging through his CDs and his vinyls in the back, and just firsthand seeing the impact that music can have on a room, on a crowd, on us as children, and seeing how people can cry one moment, then dance, and then cheer, and I think that just was like a really crazy emotion that we had experienced together, and then it just seeped into our own music as we grew up.
Yeah. Did you guys ever go through any challenges? Because I have sisters of myself, and as much as they love each other, they could easily just fight till the end of the day. Did you guys have any struggles with when you were trying to create music, or just get into like some practice and y'all were just not having a good day?
This is my favorite question because ever since we were little, they've always asked us, and they get mad. They're like, "Don't say we fight." I'm like, "I'm gonna tell you how it is. Like, we're sisters. Clearly, we fight. Like we're gonna have
So normal.
arguments." But the best thing about this is that we're able to speak our minds without caring, because we get along so well, or sometimes we don't, but we're always open to hearing anything like from each other. So I think that's the best part.
Yeah, and I think we do know how to push each other's buttons, but we also have a deep understanding of how to give each other constructive criticism from a place of love, instead of just my sisters or people in the band being acquaintances or people that I just was paired with.
It just sounds better hearing it from your sister than a stranger, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
And
constructive criticism.
I think over time too, we've understood the dynamic. Like if we have a song idea, they let me figure my part out, and then I give it to Sophia, and then we have boundaries and we know what works now, but back then it was very much catty. But not as much
the point
anymore.
where it just works naturally, it flows with each other.
Yeah.
How does the process of a song work for y'all? Where does it start? Like, is it like one of y'all come up with the idea and you kind of just bounce it off each other?
Yeah, I think it usually starts off with me. I think our songs come from a very like narrative point of view. It always comes from a moment that just pops into my brain, or my sisters will have a conversation and I'll think of something, or my dad will be like, this would be a good song to write. Wink, wink. And then I just will go lock myself in a room and play on the guitar, figure out a melody, and then of course I'm not very percussive person, so I give it off to my sister, and Sophia just naturally knows where to put her fills and cymbal crashes and stuff like that. And that's another thing we learned from our father. He would scratch, and Sophia has always said that that's where she kind of learned how to time the different beats and switching of beats. And of course Tiffany, she just already kind of deeply knows where she should shift to another fret. And I don't know, I mean, it starts off with that, and it's a very like interconnected, like we black out when we create parts.
Yeah, get into the zone.
We get into the zone, and then people are like, how was the process, or what's the song about? And then we're like, whoa, it just feels like it like came from the heavens. It makes it very
versatile because it's from at the end, it's like from all three perspectives of you guys. It's like it's not one sided, it's like a different sided story. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. I guess tell me about the influences that you guys had growing up, because having a dad that was a DJ, I'm assuming you guys got introduced to a lot of different music, and then you could definitely tell some of the influences on the music. And like whenever I'm gonna sit down with somebody like musically, I like to send the music off to friends and people that I trust with their music taste. What do you think about this genre? Or what do you think about this song? Like, what does it make you think of and stuff like that? And I got a lot of stuff like, obviously, like pop, reggae. I heard somebody tell me there was a Gwen Stefani, the Boys.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff. Like I don't know if you guys are familiar with Molotov, Cafetuba, like Mana, obviously, like a lot of Spanish rock bands. What was it like for you guys growing up? Like, what inspired y'all musically?
The main thing is always Selena.
Yeah.
We always say, I mean, stereotypical, but that's literally the person that was represented in the media that we aligned ourselves with from the very beginning, because of the family story and because of just, we loved her fashion, we loved her singing, we loved the music, just her whole essence. And I think we've taken a lot of inspiration from her, as far as like, not necessarily musical style, but just being unapologetic as a Mexican American woman, in a male dominated industry and a family dynamic. There's a lot of similarities, but a lot of like No Doubt stuff, just reggaeton, that we grew up with listening to, and mariachi and Vicente Fernandez, just a really big pool of a diverse selection of music. Yeah, being Chicano is very interesting because you can listen to like mariachi one moment and then listen to like, I don't know, like
our music taste is expanded with the languages.
Yeah, it's so interesting. But yeah, I would say like No Doubt, Selena, even like into the classic rock stuff. Our mom brought that when we were little. Like Black Sabbath. I love Black Sabbath now because she would always like play that around us. And 70s music we love. It's really, that's why people call us eclectic, because we have, our subconscious minds take from so many different parts of music that we were introduced to at a young age. That's
awesome. Yeah, it's always like the best music, the way it's created, whenever you're not just influenced from just one single genre, where you can pick bits and pieces from so many different styles that make y'all versatile, because that's a lot of influence and a lot of stuff that you learn from different genres, from what I've learned, What is it? You guys are born here from Austin. You guys are from Austin. What is obviously y'all know that it's drastically changed and it's been gentrified like crazy. What are some of y'all's favorite spots that have been in the city that probably are still here or may no longer be here?
Joe's Bakery.
Joe's Bakery.
That's the first one that popped up in your mind. Yeah, there's this like it's like a panaderia, like a mini
The one on the
panaderia
east side,
and
right on the
bakery,
airport, right?
like
I think so.
7th
No, 7th,
Street.
yeah, 7th Street, yeah.
It's called Joe's Bakery.
Yeah.
We've gone there since we were little.
We would,
And
we would go for breakfast with our parents, and then like as we started playing, we would go there after like morning gigs and stuff, or like right before they would close, we would get brunch and stuff. And they've been very supportive towards us and learning about our journey as musicians in Austin and being Austinites. And they had made like t-shirts saying "eat more tacos and vote," so that was really cool because we kind of like correlated on our messages of like being advocates for our community and stuff. So it's a place close to our hearts.
yeah, and we've gotten closer to the family over time, and we go in and they just say hi, like everyone knows
Lampard
us.
in
And,
Austin at this point now.
yeah, and they're going strong, and I hope
Yeah.
they never leave because those tacos are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
It's-
coffee is
it's-
too.
I know it's always packed and it's always busy.
It's always packed, and there's a different crowd that's going in now too.
Yeah.
It's really crazy to see it shift as we grow up. Mm-hmm.
I think also for me, like on my way to school, there's a bar that it doesn't exist anymore, but our great grandma used to own it. I think it's gonna. I don't know what it's turning
It
into.
used to be
now.
called the Green Spot.
The
Yeah.
green spot?
There's not a lot of history about it, but yeah, it was on a corner on 6th Street called the Green Spot. My parents used to work there. And yeah, there's a lot of photos of and stories where our parents would tell us that they would bring in like up and coming like conjunto bands.
Okay.
And so she was always supportive of the arts. Our great grandmother, wearing her rings today.
Yeah.
But it's just like another way that we have incorporated, or music has incorporated itself into our lineage, and it's kind of trickled down. Yeah, Green Spot, OG.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of places that are so memorable in Austin that are no longer here, you know, and a lot of them stood the test of time, but with COVID, it just made everything a lot worse, unfortunately, you know. But as long as we're still here, I know it's very rare to run into other people that are still from Austin, that are still living here, because nowadays, like I always tell people, growing up, you would always ask people like, "Oh, what part of town are you from? You know, what side of Austin?" Nowadays, you gotta ask, "Where in the country are you from? Where are you coming from?" You know, because
That's
nobody
crazy.
is from Austin anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
and it's sad, but you run into all walks of life.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite spot?
My favorite spots. I was not ready for that question. Let me turn on me.
I know.
Turn it on you now.
Let me see.
We're interviewing you.
Do you guys? I'm sure you guys are familiar with Riverside, right?
Yeah.
You know how
Oh,
it's
Rosa?
drastically changed. So when my
Rosita?
parents first got here from Mexico, we lived on Riverside, and that's where I grew up a lot. My mom didn't drive for the longest, and so we would always take the bus everywhere on Riverside. One of my favorite memories was always, you know, where that the Baby A's is at right there on Riverside.
Yeah.
Right behind there, there used to be this little laundry mat, and we would always go there. I would go there when I was 5, 6 years old, and we would go do laundry, and then we'd go into the little game room that they had, the little machines and stuff like that. And she would I would always watch her just go crazy in the little Pac-Man games, just going on stuff, just going at it, just for missions and missions, not ever losing. That was always just my favorite time to go there, you know. But I don't know if that laundry place is still there.
Oh,
I don't
But-
think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know there was like a laundromat. You know that like it's now a restaurant. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah.
That's
I
not
mean-
where that is.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like
Yeah.
It's called laundry.
it is. They kept the
laundromat.
name, but like now it's like a little dining area, and the demographic
On
is
Riverside?
like
They
No,
it's on the
but
east.
It's on the east side too.
yeah, it is on the east
Yeah,
side.
but that's the
Oh,
thing.
okay.
This with gentrification, they keep the same structure, the same art.
Like that tire shop on
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't
yeah,
gonna
that
say,
was really
but-
frustrating. Let's not get into that.
Yeah. Next question. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm ashamed to say that I tried it and I was very disappointed.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Don't recommend it. But you know, it's happened everywhere. You know, now I live south of. I've lived in South Side for most of my life now, and it's slowly getting gentrified now. You know, we
Yeah.
don't have a lot of like popular places like in a lot of the East Side there. You know, but slowly but surely, it's
Yeah.
coming. So I know you guys have been luckily seen and well deservingly seen a lot of success. You know, you guys recently signed to a label, right?
Yes. Yeah,
How
we've
was
been.
that?
It was crazy. We were signed in the middle of the pandemic. I think at one of the peaks, like in July or something. We were signed with Lucky Hound Music, their label out in Fisher, Texas, and it was really crazy because the people that we had been emailing, talking about our future with, we had to meet over Zoom and start working over Zoom. And but it was a really, really cool experience because we have always been like family. What's the word? Like just like a family business, you know?
Yeah.
And we've never had outsiders come in, and we were very protective, and our mom always booked our shows. Our dad was like our roadie.
Anybody that wasn't family, I would question.
We would
their
question.
You have, I mean, I feel like you have to. You know, 'cause it's a lot of questioning people.
Yeah, I mean, it was like by nature. I mean, for like almost a decade, we were just purely that, like a mom and pop kind of vibe. But it was a beautiful, beautiful blessing because we had a lot of support through marketing, and we had studios that were available to us, and it just opened the horizons as to where we could go for the future. And it kind of just felt like it was our duty to keep creating and to use our platform for something that was greater than us, because it's not a lot of times you see, you know, a Mexican trio of young Latina sisters get signed, and they have a lot to grab onto as far as like resources. And then we were signed to management with 484 Management and Cosmica Artists, which is a label management out in LA. They manage Carla Morrison, the Marias, and a lot of cool Latinx artists. And so that was like a whole another slap of like, sorry, hit the microphone, literally slap. It was a whole other slap of like, keep creating, like keep going, and
like y'all are on the right path.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, especially with the likes of like the Marias and Carla Morrison, which you guys are just like added onto her tour with Carla Morrison, right?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Next week, right? Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
It
is
it starts next week?
Yeah.
How are y'all feeling about that?
Sweaty already. It's really hot in here now. No, we're just really excited because I've been listening to her for a while. She's been around for a while.
Yeah,
and
she's an amazing artist. Like her vocals alone are just serenading, you know?
I can't wait to see her live. I feel like that's what I'm most excited for, is just to be in her presence. And just to know that she personally invited us and added our song Soy Chingona onto the Spotify, what is it called?
I don't remember.
Equal playlist, the Mexico version. Yeah, it's one of those things that is very surreal, and people were like, how do you feel about it? Like, it's so exciting. And you're just like, I don't even know. Like, I'm just you don't process it until it happens or until like a week after. And so just very grateful and very blessed.
Yeah, that congrats to you guys. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna open a lot more doors that you guys are gonna have bigger opportunities. You know, so is this gonna be y'all's first time going on tour, or you guys have been on tours outside of Texas?
We're playing 2 dates, so I don't know if I would consider it a tour. But we've never been on tour.
No.
And I'm surprised that we haven't.
We played for that many people.
No.
We have for like a little convention, but not like a concert.
Yeah.
That's true.
A solo concert,
No, I saw pictures of it's a newer venue.
The Moody Theater.
Yeah. They like switched it over to a newer location. And I think at the Dallas show, it's upwards of like 1,700 people, and it's almost sold out. So, yeah. That's going to be a meme right there.
That's going to be fun. I'm excited for y'all. I would love to see Carla Morrison, but I'm excited to see y'all out there with her. So hopefully I'll be able to catch y'all out there. Was the signing with Lucky Hound, was that part of that kind of influenced the rebranding with you guys? Because you guys used to go by Tiara Girls, right? And now you girls are the Tiarras.
Yeah.
What was the story behind it, if I can ask?
Well, we just sort of felt like, you know, we're growing up. You know, we started young. We don't really feel that TR Girls fit us anymore. I know, like, personally, I was embarrassed, like, saying, oh, we're the Tiara Girls. And we're like 20 something. Well, like in my head, that's you know, the way I said it. So we just felt it was time to change our name a little bit because our music has grown, we've grown, to reflect us and where we are right now. But we didn't want to drastically change and like scare our audience. So we just took off the girls. I know Tori has like another reasoning as to why.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our different reasonings, but overall, it was because we are growing up, and I wanted us to give ourselves the permission to fully embrace our womanhood and the way that we write lyrics and the way that we dress and the way we just hold ourselves. And I think that it was important to tell people that we're aware of the fact that you can't really align the word girls with women that are starting to show more skin or seeing about things that 20 somethings are going through. So I wanted to change that narrative, especially in the Mexican American community, to just, I guess, start the conversation about that kind of stuff and machismo and stuff like that. And just, it's fun to be a woman and to explore that. And so, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to make people uncomfortable.
I love that.
Yeah, that's always been my favorite part.
Don't argue with me at the family carne asada. Just saying.
You have time anytime.
I got time. I'm kidding. No. I'm respectful.
I love it. You go for it. So what about I'm blanking out what I was just thinking. But as far as because you guys only have singles right now. You guys don't have a full project, do you?
No, we don't have an album yet.
Yeah.
What is the plans for that?
We're working on writing an album right now. We have a few private projects that we can't talk about with brands right now, but yeah, we have a few songs already lined up for the album. That's the next goal. Really excited about that. It's just a new journey that we have to embark on, because we've never released an album. We've released an EP, we've released singles, but when it comes to an album, it's like a whole masterpiece, literally.
Yeah.
And
so
you have
first baby.
everything has to be cohesive, but that's the next thing, and it'll be at some point in the future soon. Yes.
And is there any artists that you guys are looking forward to working with that y'all can say?
I don't know. I mean,
or on the wish list, I guess I should say.
On the wish list? As far as...
Go ahead.
I know her sister. As far as local artists, I don't know. I think I would love to we had Lady Shacklin on our last song, Let Love Free, but I would love to work with Riders Against the Storm, have that kind of vibe for a song. And even people on our management roster, Vanessa Zamora, we love her a lot. Just maybe more female artists in the future.
Yeah.
That's all we've done. Say more. But no, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. It's really hard to bring someone else into our pool because we are sisters. But I would love to work with that kind of vibe. Those people.
Have y'all been asked to go individually, go join other bands or help out with other bands? How does that work?
I haven't.
No.
I think if anyone, it would have been Tori, but we would have been like, where are you going? Don't go. Why would you leave us? Leave your... Tori's mind works in a different way than us, and she's the big creative mind behind a lot of our stuff. So I think if she left even for one song, I'd be like, please no, leave those thoughts for us. It's so special. But no, I think if the opportunity came, we'd probably talk about it, but I don't know. We're very we haven't even thought about other artists working with them. We're kind of you can't sit with us, don't touch our stuff. To me, I just think that
right now, because we're in the baby steps towards the album. But I think once we get the lineup of songs already kind of ready, we'll start to be who would sound good on this? Who would sound good on this? So yeah.
Do y'all have a favorite venue in the city that y'all have performed at or haven't performed at?
Favorite venue?
I know the Far Out.
Yeah, me too.
The Far
I
Out
like the Mohawk.
Yeah.
It's because that one show.
The Mohawk was when we first played there, the show was super good. The sound was awesome. The vibes were there. So that's always going to be my answer until maybe wherever we play Carla Morris will probably change. But
yeah,
that's true.
That's the thing about venues. It's always the audience sometimes that makes us remember it more.
Okay.
Because I think at the Far Out, they're just amazing. I mean, everything's amazing about the venue, but the people there are always open to any kind of music. They're very supportive. It just draws a certain kind of people.
Yeah.
And the Mohawk people are just, it's like that venue that people go and they're just like, I'm just here for a good time.
Yeah.
Like, I love music. That whole
always a
Red
good vibe
River.
there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the Far Out too. Yeah.
Where do y'all see, or where do y'all think the like, as far as for our people, like Latinos, Latinas, how is our people seen and perceived in the city of Austin, especially with all the gentrification going and whatnot? What's y'all's take on it? Like, where do y'all think we stand?
Well, I think we're trying. I know, like, a lot of times I don't see that we have a voice in a lot of the big decisions being made here in Austin. And, you know, we're trying to advocate for a lot of those who don't have a voice because we have a big platform, especially just in the Austin area. So I know we try to speak up a lot for our people.
Yeah. I mean, it can feel very isolating when you think about a question like that. Like I have multiple times a day when you go on the east side of Austin, you know, just driving through that. It brings up like different thoughts in your head of like, dang, I remember coming through this when I was younger and people saw Latinos differently here in Austin, and now there's long lines going into different places that upholds Latino like art and stuff like that, but we're not represented outside of, you know, we're not represented in the lines that are going into that place, and a lot of people just kind of cling on to the culture, the food, the art, and promote it, and then kind of like upsell it, resell it, change the narrative, and look away, or they support for the wrong reasons, whether that be boosting their ego or wanting to seem like woke or different. And I think that you just always have to remember that bottom line, we're humans, and it's important to see color because we all have different stories. And when you see the giant array of colors that are in Austin, then you can see the stories that amplify just humankind instead of trying to profit off of it and exclude each other. So, but yeah, Latinos are amazing.
Definitely important to acknowledge the difficulties and the stuff that we get put up against, and people don't like to acknowledge, don't like to think about it because they don't want to make nobody uncomfortable, or that typical answer when people try to say, "Oh, I don't see color." It's like, well, you should, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, if nobody sees color, nobody's gonna see the injustices that are going on, whether it be to black people, brown people, any people of any color or race, you know. But yeah, it definitely is a big issue in Austin, but it's not really like acknowledged to the full extent as it should be. But that's why I admire you guys for what you guys do, because it's not only just for women, but it's for also just our race and our culture, you know, for everything we have here, you know, because it did start off where we had our own area, our own, like, you know, the east side where we had our places to be, our areas to hang, but little by little they've kind of like taken apart. They try to take a stab at Chicano Park too, you know, when they try to make way with that.
Our uncle, but he's like a family friend. Yeah, for the longest we thought he was our uncle, actually. So, but anyways,
he's our dad's friend.
He's like he's part of a lowrider club that, you know, they have a lot of venues there in Chingona Park, like little things on the weekend, and he made a shirt, right, to like sort of save Chicano Park kind of vibe.
Unity. He said unity in the community.
Yeah,
this sounds like a Chicano, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
No, yeah, I love, you know, the music that we make. Usually before a song, we try to like explain to the audience this is where we came from with our message, and like sometimes in the places we're playing, you know, the people watching us are not the same color as us, so we try to like for sure let them know this is what our song's about. Like, hear us out, like, you know, that's my favorite part of like what we play and what we write about and stuff. Yeah.
It's a full out celebration of us and our people. I like that. What are you guys excited for that's next for y'all, other than obviously the tour and the album? Is there anything specific that you guys are looking forward to?
I haven't had time to think about that. We've all just like been inside of it.
Just nonstop.
Yeah. I think I'm just excited. I always say that I'm excited to connect with our fans and stuff, but I think ever since the pandemic happened.
Mm-hmm.
The things that people say to us after we get off stage have shifted. Like everyone's more what's the word? Like kind of introspective and
Like hesitant.
no, like kind of the opposite from what I've seen. I think people are more like, I need to say what needs to be said now
Okay.
because we know what it's like for it to be gone. I just think I'm actually excited to connect with our fans and meet the people that have followed us throughout the pandemic that haven't been able to see us and go outside of our, radius, which is Austin. So
I'm just excited, like with all the opportunities that we've been brought recently, just to see where we're gonna go from there. Like honestly, all the blessings we've been getting, I didn't think we were gonna be where we are today. So I can't even imagine like a month from now what we're gonna be doing. So I'm just excited for the journey. Yeah.
I think I'm still like excited for the Carla Morrison shows because like it's just unreal to me. And like I'll talk about them to my friends and they'll be like, "Oh my god, like they know who they know who we're playing with. Like she's an idol, you know?" But
it's different because
like I also feel like weird because I'm like Tori always talks about imposter syndrome and it's like, damn, do I really feel like I'm allowed to be on the stage? Like,
yeah.
So I want to embrace that moment and be like, I
Take
do
it in.
deserve to be here.
Yeah, of course.
And, like,
deserve it.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Just take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Tiffany's tattoo.
Oh, yeah. Un día a la
vez.
vez.
Oh, there you go. It's
We got it just for this interview.
right? Perfect. Perfectly planned. That was on purpose, y'all. So if you guys could give out to any young kids, any young girls that are out there that are aspiring to be any sort of artists, musically or non-musically, what advice would y'all each give them to give them the confidence and the motivation to pursue whatever dream that they may feel? Because in our culture sometimes it may seem like you guys were lucky enough to have parents that were able to help y'all pursue y'all's dreams, but in our culture a lot of the times it's if it's not like a real job that they perceive it as, it's unrealistic and it's not something they should be like pursuing for whatever reason. What advice would y'all give to help them gain the confidence and motivate them to continue at it regardless of what the opposition may be?
Do you want to go first? No?
Yeah, I can go first. Given that this is a male-dominated industry, especially with the instrument I play, which is drum set, I didn't see a lot of women playing in Austin specifically. So, I would see bands before us and after us, and it would be men behind the drum set, and I would feel like I didn't deserve or I wasn't as good. And it was really hard to get over that. So I just want to let, especially like kids, but especially, girls who want to pick up the drum set, like let them know that it's going to be hard. You're going to feel like that sometimes, like, I'm not good at this. Like there's people better out there. Yeah, there is. But, you can't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 13. Like, that's not possible. And it's easier said than done, but like, don't give up, just keep pushing. You're going to get to that point where you're like super proud of yourself. You're going to realize you've come a long way as a musician and as a person. So you just have to take it day by day, practice. Yeah.
I think I would say in the big schemer. I always do that interview.
When we
let's not talk about that. Anyways, let's get deep again, guys. Okay, no. In the big scheme of things, since Sophia kind of spoke specifically about music, I would say that it's important to dream because in this world, in this society, in this culture, it's really easy to cling on to narratives that people tell you, especially either your parents, your grandparents, people that are higher up than you. It's easy to cling on to what they're saying, whether it be you need to stay in school, you need to go to college, like kind of trying to. It is important to stay in school, but maybe they might be trying to deter you from the path that makes you feel good inside, like really deeply good inside, even from a kid, as a kid. As I know that music was kind of our calling for this part of our lives from a young age, and we knew that. And to think about if our parents didn't take us seriously, if we went up to them and say, hey, I want to learn guitar, imagine what our lives would have been like if they were just like, no, go do your homework. We wouldn't be here today. So I would tell them that it's important to dream, to nurture that fire that's within you always, and to find your community and your family, even if that's not someone inside of your family. I know that we've been so privileged to have people in our family that support us in all different types of ways, but it is a hard truth that sometimes you have to look outside of that. So keep dreaming always.
Like going off of what Tori said, like finding your community and like well, I'm lucky to have my sisters, but like if you just follow another band or artist or your niche, find those people and like starting out, find them on social media and stuff. Whatever. And I don't know, I just feel like even like the small things of like being on Instagram and like commenting on another girl's post of like, I like your music, or like, this is really beautiful art, and then like it just opens a door of like communication, and like you guys can share different kind of things. And yeah, just finding your community, and it doesn't have to be someone who's in your family. At least you have that person to go to and like share your ideas and dreams with. So
Mm-hmm. Very good.
All amazing advice. I love it. What's one thing that each of y'all think? Because I would imagine when y'all meet people, do they tend to like generalize you as the same person since y'all are in the same band? What is a big difference between each of y'all that people may not know that y'all are each into? What sets y'all apart from each
I feel
other?
like we can like say that about each other because we're like outsiders of ourselves, I would say that I think Tiffany is she's a lot more like,
What is that?
sultry and confident than she comes off on stage and just like in public, because I think she has this fire inside of her, like a very
it's the music.
Yeah, don't play a Bad Bunny song around her.
What
because-
the
She gonna drop it low. She gonna drop it real
Kidding.
low.
We were listening to it on the way here, but I think she has a really big fire in her that comes out when it wants to, and I think that's really cool. A lot of women have that. A lot of people have that, and it's a cool feature to have. What do you think about Sophia? I don't know.
What do you think about me?
Sophia?
I think Sophia.
Her personality is loud, I feel like. But in a
Always.
good way.
She gets really loud.
In a good way.
When she's comfortable around people, she'll be really goofy, like in a very childlike way.
Okay.
And that's
Like,
another good
she's a
feature to
child at
have.
heart.
She's a child at heart. She always has been. Yeah. What about me, guys?
Tori.
That was it. I'm just kidding.
Tori's like an old soul.
She is.
Like we've always said that for a while, and my mom tells her the same thing. And like, it's weird because I'm like her older sister, but sometimes she'll be like saying things, and I'm like, okay, calm down.
Yeah, her words are so wise, and like, I'm just like, where did you have you gone through this before? Like, how did you know what to tell me? Like, who hurt
You're
you?
literally
12.
So
like,
wise beyond your years.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but I feel like people get that vibe from her when she starts talking. But yeah, that's definitely something very unique about her. Yeah.
Then I guess to follow that up, what is one thing that you guys enjoy other than making music that you guys enjoy doing, like people that would not expect that y'all can go out and just, if y'all were to stop making music today, what can y'all continue doing tomorrow? Just that would always keep y'all together.
I mean, as far as hobbies,
Me and Tori go to the gym.
Sophia can lift a heavy man, like a 400-pound person.
A
Yeah,
strong
that's-
woman.
That is the
And
thing keeping me
elephants
alive
are
is
that.
the gym. That's what keeps me alive at the end of the day.
I don't think a lot of people know that about her. She's very strong.
Yeah.
Tiffany's very strong too.
Tori is too.
Y'all
She'd
are
be over
y'all
there in
are
the
very
corner.
active.
Yes.
Yeah, we like to exercise a lot. I don't think a lot of people know that, but Tiffany is into nursing.
into
nursing. I don't know. Wait,
No,
she's
she
gonna
actually-
be a nurse.
She has a big exam tomorrow, and we
Yeah,
were
I
like,
do.
"Do you want to go take a picture of it?" I was like, "Pretend you're like stabbing me, and then we could like close to you, and be like, we're so
Tiffany did not
excited."
pass her nursing exam, guys.
Tori,
I'm
don't
kidding.
say
It was a
that.
joke.
Good
She's-
luck on your exam.
Tiffany is a beautiful, beautiful, like amazing, pays attention to details type of nurse.
Okay,
No, I think
anyways.
she's gonna save a lot of lives. Like
What the heck? She's
no,
a nurse, not a
actually,
surgeon.
Tori only knows medical terms from Grey's
Grey's
Anatomy.
Anatomy. No, but I think if we didn't have music, we would still be like this because, you know, since we were little, we're so close in age that we just connect in like everything we do, and like
I think maybe our dad would still be DJing and we'd be like
in the
in the
back, like
business or
just
something.
dancing.
Break dancing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're close.
Like even when we
no
were
matter
little,
what.
we would like make up dances and
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
We would be
choreography.
like, we were
Yeah.
like, Mom, Dad, go sit down on the couch. We're
Cheetah
like gonna
girls.
give a
Cheetah
whole
girls.
performance to you. Yeah.
We were always creative, but yeah, we
Always
just
into
we
the
had we
performance.
yeah we had our
Yeah.
niches and we found where it would lie within society. Like Tiffany loves to take care of people and she's very kind at heart and she pays attention to details and clings on to information really well, and so nursing really aligns with that. And I love music. I love amplifying voices and also paying attention to detail and looking at the big picture of things. And I think audio kind of goes with that. And Sophia she loves to talk like really
Okay.
no, she loves to
Alright.
talk like really like what's the word? Just unconditionally about people, and she loves to market them in a way. Like when she really loves something, when she really
She's a very
believes in something,
passionate
she's
person.
passionate.
Okay.
So with marketing and stuff like that, she kind of
Oh,
knows her
nice.
way around promoting what she cares about, what she believes in.
That's sweet. That's cool. I like it. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. It's been an amazing conversation. Been fun. I like y'all's character. Y'all are very interesting people, to say the least.
Oh.
I meant that in a good way.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm excited for everything to come for you guys. Hopefully, in the future, when you guys are going on more tours, extended tours, and doing bigger shows, we can still sit down and laugh about this too. Before we do end off, I know we've been spewing positivity here and there. I would like to end it on a positive note. Would you guys like to kick it off, or would y'all like me to kick it off?
How about you kick it off?
Okay. I always have to.
He's like, dang, I want one more time.
I guess I would say I'm going through sort of like a transitional phase right now, where I'm kind of like, I just realized there was a lot of stuff that was like not healthy going on in my life. You know, at this point, I can confidently say I haven't had a drink of alcohol in like over a month. I started working out like crazy, and I just been kind of trying to align myself with a lot of positivity and just trying to like take care of myself a lot better. Just something that I neglected and people tend to forget to do. You know, I learned the worst case scenario that when you forget to love yourself, you don't know how to reciprocate that to other people, to those around you. You know, but I say that to say, don't forget to take yourself out on a date and enjoy your own company, because if you can't enjoy your own company, nobody's gonna enjoy your company.
True.
Wow, I'm like
like that.
crying.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was
Beautiful.
good. Damn.
Wants to go next.
Not after
Um,
that.
Well,
What to say?
because of my test tomorrow, like I'm very anxious, but I'm like trying to remind myself like I am smart and like kind of like what is it called, like
Affirm yourself?
affirmations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm smart, I'm prepared, and I'm gonna pass, and like just speaking that into the universe and believing in myself.
Yeah. I would say just right now, because everything, there's so many blessings coming our way, well-earned blessings. And I think it's really easy to forget that. Tiffany mentioned imposter syndrome and things like self-doubt. So, I mean, personally, this might be true for a lot of other people, but when good things happen, I start to immediately think of maybe I'm just lucky. Someone just saw me and took a chance and they're waiting to see me fail, or just stuff like that. And so I've taken it upon myself to sit myself down and just remind myself that I've worked hard. We've worked hard. Whatever finds me belongs to me. Whether that be something that's gonna make me soar and bring a lot of good into my life, or whether that be something that's gonna teach me a lesson, or teach me a hard truth that I've been ignoring. So yeah, I would say just if something is that's good is coming your way, don't second guess it. It belongs to you for a multitude of reasons that maybe you don't know now, but you'll figure it out later, and just enjoy the ride. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just finished my semester of college, and I have like one more class to take, and I'm graduating. But I know like when I'm busy, I don't feel. I have like really bad anxiety, so when I'm busy, I don't feel it. Now that I'm out of school, I'm kind of like it's starting to come back. So yeah, I do think like you said, it's important to take yourself on a out on a date. Just think about all the things you're accomplishing in life, and just know that where you are is okay. No matter what you're gonna get through these hard things. Yeah, just like taking care of yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Any last?
Last word.
Follow our Spotify, and follow our
There
Instagram.
you go. Yeah, completely forgot. Tell everybody where they follow y'all and where they find y'all, so they can
Yeah.
catch you at the next show and buy tickets.
We're on all social. Well, I don't really know our hand. Well, Instagram is. Oh, okay.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait. You
Give us a commercial right now. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, we're the Tiara girls.
I mean, no, we're not.
We're really not.
Oh,
Wait, ready?
we're
We're the Tiaras.
We're the Tiaras, and you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Instagram is at the Tiaras official. You can just look up the Tiaras. We have a website. A lot of our shows are there, and you can get tickets for future shows. And we've had a great time. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for listening and watching. I am Mario from the South Side, and I'm sitting with
The Tiaras.
This is I Don't Know That's Perfect, and we're out.